Hey everybody, Bones here, Bones Garage, just bringing you update what's going on at the garage. So, 2001 Ford Lightning. We have a lot done on this truck. Still have a few more parts we're waiting on, but they're on their way. But while we were waiting, we got a lot done. And I'll show you the first thing. Nice new chrome rims. Look at that. Original Ford Lightning chrome rims. Then we have a new brake caliper, new bracket, all nice and powder coated, new slotted rotors, all nice and powder coated as well. Then when we go to the inside, you can see we have the new 2-inch drop spindles in there, new upper control arm, new lower control arm, new 1-inch drop spring with the new shock absorber, new sway bar links are all in. We also had to do a new idler arm on this car. And if we come to the back side, you can see how nice everything looks back here. And we also put in nice new braided steel brake hoses, which will take away some of that squishy feel that you feel when you have the rubber hoses on these trucks. It really helps a lot on the feel of the pedal. Another thing that we have done, or that we're going to be doing, is if you look up there, you can see how close the starter wires, and these are your starter wires right here, are to the header pipes. And it actually started bubbling the wire a little right here. Not enough to have to change it out, but enough to worry me. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we'll take the cap off, and then you can see that cable has these keepers on it. We'll probably end up cutting this keeper off and then rebending this keeper so that this way it'll sit down over here. And what that will do is it'll allow us to take the spark plug wires and turn them down a little bit to get some distance between the headers and the wires for the starter. And we'll also then take some heat wrap and wrap these with some insulating heat wrap. So this way they will not burn anymore. Because boy, that just wouldn't be good to have that happen. So we'll take care of all that, make that all nice. Another thing we did under here is we replaced the bump stops, because somebody had just taken the bump stops out and of the cups that usually go here that hold the bump stops, and the actual control arm was hitting the steel cups. So we took those out. We got a good set of bump stops that'll work with this system, and now the bump stop will actually be what hits the control arm, and that will work out really nice. It's going to be really nice to have that. So that's really cool. Another thing we did was we tightened up on the exhaust system. See that? It don't shake, rattle, and roll around anymore. No more leaking over here. It's not going to be leaking over here. And what we did was we went ahead, tightened up the clamps, and then tacked the pipes into place. So they can't break loose. They can't move again. And then we centered everything really nicely in the opening. Look at how nice that looks now. That looks really good. And then when we come back here, you can see we have the nice new chrome rim. We have the new slotted rotors. We have the powder-coated brake calipers. Another thing back here is we have new shock absorbers. We have all new parking brake cables, and you can see that going over there too. We have a new stainless steel braided brake line right there. We also have new stainless steel braided brake lines for the actual calipers, and then we made up some new actual brake hard lines for it. And then if you look from the backside, you can see how much wider they made this rim. This is a custom job. Somebody did this, and a really nice job. They actually put a band right here and then welded in to widen this rim to fit this nice big tire on it. And then I showed you in the last video where how we did the spacer right back there, and you can see that aluminum spacer right there between the brake disc and the rim. So that's really nice. And then we found that the drive shaft, if you look right here, was hitting. And every time you would hit a good bump, the drive shaft would hit that little cross member right there. So we just cut it out, got a little paint, painted it up. And that's not a big cross member that holds much. So it's not going to hurt anything by cutting it out like that. So not a big deal on that. And yeah, we're just waiting on a few more parts. We still have the body bushings that we have to do on this that go between the frame and the body. That's one thing we have to do, and it's hard to see. They're up over there. And then we're waiting on the new water pump for the supercharger, for the intercooler for the supercharger. So we can change that out. And just a couple of little odds and ends. But we have the top also done, and it really looks good. So when we let the truck down, I'll do some video of the top side, and I'll show you what the truck looks like sitting on the ground as well. Alrighty, guys, have fun. Talk to you soon. Okay, bye.